In the blue-green deployment strategy, you have two identical environments. You have the blue environment and the green environment. The blue environment is the production environment where you have the live version of the application and it's running there. This is usually in the production environment. And then the green environment is where you have the testing or the deployment version, where you have your applications or your new applications that you want to test out or use. Then what you just have to do is, since the blue environment is running traffic to the service, you just have to reroute traffic to the green environment, and then you will then terminate the traffic from the blue environment to that same service. So to get a better understanding on how this is done, we'll go straight to the terminal. So now our pods, which we used for the rolling updates, are still running. Let's terminate them. I don't need this, so let's just terminate this. Anyways, now let's go into our blue-green. You have two manifest file. You have the blue manifest file, and let's just deploy this first. Obviously, this, you don't need to specify a strategy. You don't need to specify a strategy like the rolling update where you have to specify a strategy. You just leave it as it is. It comes with the default. But what is more important is the labels. So to be able to reroute traffic, I would have to make changes to these labels. Let's first, I want to be sure that my rolling update is being deleted before I deploy this. Let's see. So now that should be all. Good. So now back to our manifest file. One thing to note is you could actually use this in a CI/CD pipeline. You can easily make changes. It usually helps for you to switch over from one point or from one image to another image. Now I would first deploy our blue image. I'm sure you're already familiar with it. I'm still going to use this. This is going to be in my blue. Let me go away from here. So I would go straight into deployment. Blue. And then I will deploy our blue manifest file. Now then, the next step is to deploy the service. So you also have the service. I need my blue to be present. So for the service, if you take a look at this, you could actually see that the selector is using these labels that I created, which is my app and environment blue. So for my deployment for my blue manifest is using my app environment blue. So once I run this, service, give it some time since I'm still using load balancer. Load balancer takes a lot of time, and because I use private sublets and my nodes and in private, I wouldn't want to expose it, even if. So now let me check. The pods should be running. Also need to check the service. Alright, good. So we have our load balancer, but we still have to wait because it takes time. So 3 minutes, 4 minutes tops. Good, let's take a look. Let's see if it is running yet. Good. We have our blue image and application running, and people can interact with this. So we'll go now to make changes or reroute the traffic. The next step is we are creating another deployment, and this deployment is the green app. Let me put this back. So we have the green app. So the green app, we are just creating the same deployment. We are creating a different deployment, but the difference is in the blue, the matching labels is blue, but in green, the matching labels, we are using the environment green. I could also change this, but this is just general. So this environment I'm creating is the green environment, and I would deploy this So now let's check. See the pods that are running. So we have two sets. We have this, which is 6 minutes older, which is the blue, and we have green, which just started 16 seconds ago. And you can see that they are both different. Now we all know that current deployment is using the blue environment, while the service selector is also using the same blue environment. So then what we have to do is to just reroute and change traffic to green. And once I want to do that, what I have to do is I will just apply and just modify it, a service. And once that is done, I will go to my website and try and reload as often as possible and see when it changes. Yeah. So you can see now that the traffic has changed. This is usually used commonly in CI/CD pipelines, and the advantage is you still get zero downtime, but the disadvantage is switching the traffic from one point to another. So now I could also repeat the same thing and try it again, reverting back to blue. This you don't have to delete or recreate pods. The pods are both running. Both pods are running. If I have an issue, I can revert back to my blue, which I will try and do right now. Let me go and make changes to my service and change the environment. So if I run this, let's watch over here. I don't have to bother. Let's just once it goes through, you could actually see it changes to blue. Let's just be going around. So it has changed. And that's how it works. So moving on, we are going on to the next stage, which is the canary deployment strategy.